Hi everyone, welcome back to WGT for the Christmas edition. I figured that Christmas is around the corner. We should delve into one of my favorite Christmas carols, Joy to the World, the Jeremy Riddle rendition with the guitar arrangements by David Hislop. So the official playthrough is in the link down below. So what we're going to do in this video, I'll also play through it, but with the chords and the tabs on screen, and then we're going to talk a bit about the song afterwards. So let's cut over to the playthrough, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Great. Well, hope you got a lot out of that playthrough with the chords and the tabs on there, and that maybe some of you might be playing it for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day coming up next week. Let's talk through the effects that we need for this song. At the very bare minimum, we're going to need some overdrives. So I'm using a couple overdrives to do a Voodoo Lap Sparkle Drive for a lighter overdrive sound, but I'm layering an Ibanez Tube Screamer on top of that. A bit more crunch, a bit more guts in it. And the other effect that you most definitely need is going to be a dotted eighth note delay. So a dotted eighth note delay gives you a very percussive rhythmic feel. So if you're playing just eighth notes, you'll hear the dotted eighth note sort of repeating back to you in a very percussive way. So if I'm just playing D in eighths and I add the delay on, right, so you can hear that sort of effect. So you're going to need that one as well. I'm pretty sure there's an octave also used in there, so that when you play one line, it'll play the lower octave in the song. But I don't have one of those pedals. I just kind of play octaves myself. But so I'm missing that one out, and also it'd be handy to have a volume pedal if you don't use the volume control on your guitar much. We're playing in the key of F. Alright, but we're using the capo on the 3rd fret to have D-shaped voicings, so, right, but really we're in the key of F. So the key of F is based on the F major scale, which means that all the notes and the chords that we're using will be based on that scale. So the F major scale, as you see, will have F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, back to F, right? And each of those notes will extend to a triad or a chord that will also give us the chords in the key. So the general rule for finding out the chords in every key is to look at every one of the degrees and apply this pattern, which is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor flat 5, or diminished. The same thing. And if you apply those chord types to each of the degrees, the 1 through to the 7, you'll get the chords in that key. For Joy to the World here, we're using the 1, we're using the 2, yes, we're using a 3, but we're using a chord substitution, a 1 over a 3, so that'll be F over A instead of an A minor. We are using the 4, the B flat, we're using the 5 as well, the C, and I think that's pretty much all the chords we're using in that key. Alright, so let's look at the hook now. So the hook that David Hislop is playing in the song is basically the melody of the verses, and that is such an iconic sound, but it's simply just the major scale descending, right? So if we look at the F major scale in the 10th position here, so my first finger's on the 10th fret, right? Right, so that major scale is what we're using to play the hook, right? So alright, that's just the major scale played back with descending, right? But with the tempo, the rhythm of the song. David's adding a few extra notes in there, so the first note he'll play the octave, right? And then he'll play a minor 6 interval, right? And then there's the 6 interval there at the end, right? So highly recommend learning that major scale chord shape. Have the tab on the screen for you there, so that you'll be able to play these sort of parts quite easily. Alright, so that was it. I'm ready for Christmas. I'm ready for a big holiday. I hope you are too. And if I can just end with a bit of encouragement, Joy to the World. Why is this such a powerful song? I think, the whole world is been waning and suffering in sin and our own shortcomings, and Jesus has come and to bring life, to bring his life and an eternal hope, an eternal life that we can cling on to. Even in this life, there's going to be suffering, but joy surpasses circumstances. You can be happy, you can be sad, but you can always have joy even in the darkest of times, and that's the joy that God gives us, the hope that we have in him, the eternity that we get to spend with him because of who he is and what he's done in Jesus. So I hope that encourages you and blesses you, and have a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. Stay safe. I'll check back with you in 2020.